A trucking company needs to have their own customers. That's where they're making money. All right, let's get into that topic for a minute. That brings me back to why a carrier should broker freight. Now, you're a trucking company, a small trucking company. I get calls like this from trucking companies all the time at Taltoa. Matter of fact, if you're interested in learning how to become a freight broker agent, whatever, check us out, Taltoa, TALTOA.com. We are a transportation and logistics training and consulting firm. We consult freight brokers. We work with freight broker agents. We work with trucking companies, all kinds of companies in transportation all across America, the world actually. And we've had clients over in the Ukraine, and I haven't talked to them in a while, but if you guys are paying attention to our podcast and things like that, let us know you're doing okay. Been meaning to shoot you over an email. Down in Mexico, San Salvador, the UK, we've had clients around the world. Because, transportation's transportation. Believe it or not, a broker in the UK, well, you're brokering freight the same way in the UK as you would anywhere. The process is the same. The laws are a little bit different, but the process is going to be the same. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So you're a trucking company, and maybe that's how you got your trucking company started, what I was talking about a moment ago. You bought a truck, got your own authority. You thought you could make it by using a broker 100% of the time, using a broker as a dispatcher, or maybe you went out and got a dispatch service. And, you're starting, why is money so tight? I'm working, I'm rolling, I'm running, but I'm not making any money. Well, part of that is because you're using a broker for 100% of your loads or a dispatch service. You need to have your own customers. That's bottom line. Yeah, you may start out using a dispatch service or a brokerage. Matter of fact, my recommendation, honestly, I was going to say my recommendation would be, cut out the dispatch service, but there is a place for a dispatch service. If you're one owner operator, you're sitting behind the wheel all the time, you don't have time to be looking at the load boards, or you don't have somebody do that for you, yeah, maybe a dispatch service may be up your alley. But if you do have the time, or you do have somebody at home that can do that for you, like a spouse, girlfriend, wife, whatever, let them do it. Okay, and what I'm talking about is watching the load boards. Because if you're using a dispatch service, that load's costing you anywhere 5 to 10% more than what it would have cost you if you would have just worked with that broker direct. Now you may be thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm getting a load from dispatch service. Yeah, but they're getting it from a broker. You see what I'm saying? You're paying them to do the load board thing for you, You need to have your own customers. Now, I've got trucking companies that call me weekly, every week. Yeah, I've got my own trucking authority. I want to be able to get my own loads, so I want to get my broker authority. Well, you get the right idea. Yes, you should be, getting your broker authority somewhere down the road. Even as a carrier, you should get your broker authority, become your own brokerage operation. I'll explain why here in a minute, but understand you've got your operating authority to be a carrier. That authority allows you to get your own loads from customers direct. So if you are a trucking company with your own MC number, you're authorized carrier for hire through the FMCSA. Yeah, that's what that authority is for, is to allow you to obtain your own customers, build a customer base, and get your loads directly from the customer. You don't have to be a broker to connect with a shipper. A broker, you've got to have a broker authority if you're going to broker loads and connect with the customer. But, authority, having a carrier authority allows you to solicit freight directly from the shipper or the customer. See what I mean? So why would you want a broker authority? Well, it's the same reason all the big trucking companies have their own brokerage. They have their own brokerage authority because it allows them to broker their excess freight. Now, what do I mean by that? And they can broker the loads they either are unable to haul for their customer or they don't want to haul for their customer. Okay. If you're a small trucking company, maybe you got 1, 2, or 3 trucks. You go out here, get one customer. A couple of 2 or 3 trucks, a couple 2 or 3 customers. That 3 customers might be pushing it, depending on the volume of freight they have. But what you're wanting is enough a customer base large enough to be able to keep your trucks loaded. So I'll just use an example of maybe you're based in Dallas, Texas. All right, so you're wanting to develop customers around the Dallas, Texas area. All right. So you get a customer. Now you're dealing direct with that customer. Since you are dealing direct with that customer, there is no broker involved. You see what I'm saying? So you're getting 100% of that freight rate. Whatever that customer's paying, you're getting 100% of it. You're also able to, now if you're large enough, and generally you're going to have 5 trucks to be able to even think about doing this, but you're going to be able to go into that to that customer and sit across the table and hammer out a contract. Okay. That's where you're going to be able to hammer out the detention fees and fuel surcharges, any type of accessorials and things like that. But the main thing is you're getting 100% of that rate. There's no broker involved. There's no dispatch service involved, so it's all going to you. Now, let's say one of your customers has a load going to Atlanta, Georgia. So you're making, that's going to be your head haul. The load picking up in Dallas, that's your own customer. That's where you're making the big bucks. It's going to Atlanta, Georgia. That's a head haul. Now, when you get unloaded in Atlanta, what do you think you want to do? You want to get right back to Dallas as quick as you can because that's where your money is. That's where you're making the money. There's no broker fees. It's going 100% to you. So if you don't have any customers in Georgia, which you probably won't, that's when you're going to be using a broker to get your truck a backhaul to get back to Texas. So you're going to be giving up a little bit of money off the top. That's going to be the broker fee. That can, whatever you and the broker negotiate, whatever you agree to, but you should be making enough money to be able to get the truck back, pay for the fuel, pay for expenses, pay the driver, and then still put a few bucks in your pocket. But you're paying for the convenience of getting that truck relocated to the destination you need it to be able to pick up another load from your customer direct where you're making the big money. Time is of essence here, all right? Matter of fact, I see on the load board sometimes talking about a tri-haul rate. Go back, on the YouTube videos, check it out, because we got a video up there somewhere about tri-haul. Maybe I'll stick it up at the end of one of these videos, at the end where you can link to it. It explains that tri-haul. It's just it's a game. But anyway, neither here nor there. So, a broker is designed to be a convenience for a trucking company to help them get a load so they can reposition their truck to a destination they need that truck to be. We're a backhaul service. All right, see what I mean? We're here to assist trucking companies. Now, why should a trucking company broker as well? So they got a customer over here. Okay, you got 2 or 3 trucks maybe, got a couple of 2 or 3 customers. All your trucks are out on the road, and your customer calls you. Wow, I got this load, I need to get it over to Philadelphia or whatever, Well, your truck's not available. Your trucks are all out on the road. There's no way you can cover it, at least not until you get one of your trucks back. If you have no broker authority, you're going to have to tell that customer, hey, sorry, we don't have any equipment available. And that load's gone forever. There's no money to be made off that load. See what I mean? Now, if you had your own broker authority, You can say, hey, I don't have any of my trucks available, but I can get you a truck because we are also a broker. So it's going to give you the opportunity to make money off that load, otherwise you would not make any money off of. So you've got another stream of revenue from your same business. See what I mean? Now, one word of advice, if you're listening to this and you're going, hey, man, that's what I need to do. Okay, understand you need to set up, you got your carrier company corporation, and you need to set up a corporation for your broker operation. They need to be two separate corporations. Okay, set it up separately. It's a liability issue. You know, as long as you're set up separately, if something was to happen and the trucking operation got sued or whatever due to whatever reason, couldn't touch your brokerage and vice versa. See what I mean? If you got questions about any of that stuff, feel free to call me. Call me at Tautoa, 479-668-0838 if you're wanting to learn how to broker. Matter of fact, we recommend always, start out as a broker agent, unless you've got experience as a broker and you know that's what you want to do. But as a broker agent, we can place you. It goes into our mentorship program. And that will allow you to begin your broker operation and start getting the experience and building a customer base. Okay. Anyway, check us out, Tautoa.com, TALTOA.com. We got self-study packages all the way up to full-fledged, our 12-month standard consulting for a brokerage. So happy to help you out.